Hello everyone, welcome back to Gelvin Valley, created by Wild Wild Wes for Farming Simulator 15. And once again, I need to turn on the help to make sure, oh shoot, round bales mixed. And of course I picked the wrong ones. Hay round, grass silage round, should have known it would save it just fine. Now I need to turn it on. Alright, so if I slowly go around here, hopefully it won't kick off the, there we go, even if it does. Got a couple down here. We are obviously in the middle of picking up our silage bales, and we had a few down here. Actually, up here is the way to say it. This is very, very high. Have just a few more bales. We've obviously done it up by the radio field in the previous episode. Now we're taking care of it here on, let's see, what is this? The central, kind of east central, if you will, part of the map, clear up on top. So this little area of free grass that S left us, trying to make a little bit of extra money. Now, I'm going to be torqued if these don't all fit on the trailer, because then it means I gotta make another trip. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can have 4 more. There's 1. Hey, I'm gonna make it. But I won't quite have a trailer load, but that's good to know. There was a partial bale, I think, left in the baler, so that's pretty good though between the two to get nearly a full trailer load. So now the fun part, we are going to take these and sell them. Get on down this hill. This is just crazy steep in here, as you can see. Oh yeah, as if I could back up with a load like this. Anywho, down the hill we go. I am looking forward to making some money. Actually, let me see here. Delete, edit, management, edit loan. See, I'm still under by 700. And loan value, loan 670. You know, all these episodes for me start to run together, and I wonder if I ever repaid some of it. Loan value 380, bank line. So maybe I've paid from 675 to 380, and I'm into the, I don't know. It's hard to tell. What can I say? I'm trying, and bit by bit we'll get her paid off. Oh yeah, here comes a car. Can't get out of their car. I'll follow him on the way out. Let me see, I think I want to go down this way and head to the town. Right into the auction yard. And recently, Wes posted something in there, and he reminded me that the sounds of the auction that we hear going there are actually real sounds. I don't know if he recorded them or if someone in his family did, but his father used to farm, had a sheep farm, I think, in Northern Ireland, and when he sold the herd off to move, he auctioned them off, and the sound that we hear in game comes from that sale. So Wes didn't say what year it was, but some time ago, probably holds many memories for him. I don't know if yeah, you can kind of hear it in the background, but anywho, we'll get in here and sell these bales. So So let me see here. Now to, let's see, toggle unload side. Where does it say with the, oh, back? No, I don't want back. Right, left, trailer. I just wanted to go off on the trailer. Now, why can't I remember this? Show unloading help. All right. Oh. Show hide. It's O. All right, here we go. 2,500 in the hole. What will this get me? Woohoo! Dang. That's over 90 grand. Ain't nothing to sneeze about that. Now, that I think was a very worthwhile episode. We'll just say that whoever's doing the auctioning here did a fabulous job. I don't think I want to tingle with that stop sign. I can't remember if it falls over. And unfortunately, I don't have any other use for the trailer, so I'm going to be taking this back to turn it in. Just head on down the hill. I sure wish I could make that much money in a day's work any day. Yeah, it's still chunking through the bales, showing each one 3,183. You know, I don't think, and I guess that proves something. I don't believe Wes depressed the price of silage in the map. I just remember studying it. I think it's in the delivery points in a couple areas where the price is depressed, but otherwise, you know, if you look in here, where it is silage, surely that is, yeah, silage at the bottom. Well, I guess I can't see, or can we? Is the silage? Yeah, see a Gelvin biogas, 160 a ton, 279 a ton. Yeah, that's the farmer. They don't take much there. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think those are depressed prices, but up where you can sell the bales, the silage bales, I don't think it's depressed. I think it's the full rate. So I know you can depress it at the station, but I don't think you can at the bale sale. We are rapidly overtaking this vehicle. Maybe I'll do him the solid of passing him. Nobody coming. Yeah, Russell was getting after me on my driving technique on one of them for honking excessively, and I still don't know how those trees came back, by the way. They must have just regrown the snags. Yeah, I was thinking of taking out all those stumps and everything, but I don't know that there's any left in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to go check the orchard and see if there's anything up there as soon as we turn the trailer in. And maybe when that's taken care of, I'll lease a stump grinder, and I can at least take care of some of them. Surely they didn't all regrow. Who knows? Up here, we have 39 more minutes to use it, but I don't know. I think I made plenty for my use of the trailer. So I will happily turn it back. Let me see here. I drop it. Back up over here. Go up and turn her in. Let's see if it sees it. Oh yeah, return. There we go. And I'm gonna head on up to the orchard. You know, I probably still haven't turned a dime on the orchard, but I enjoyed putting it in. I just wish there was a way, you know, thinking about it again, to put in all those trees, kind of an orchard style, where I should put on my beacons, in orchard style, kind of with straight rows for the trees and everything. And I did the best I could, but it was admittedly hard trying to place them all. But anywho, we'll see kind of as this evening rounds out here if we are close to... Yeah, okay, we got the trailer parked right here, so maybe ready to go. 336. Still not quite there, but you know what? I think I am going to... Oh, the trailer has a lot of damage to it too. I'm going to just come in here and harvest the fruit. May as well, because it was close, and by the time we go through the night, fast forward, I'm pretty sure the trees, will have replenished. So I'm just going to come in here, and there's no expanding beyond 100%. It'd be interesting if it's the... Oh, what's that mod called? It's a factory type mod. There was two of them kind of back in this era. One was the Fabric script, and the name of the other is slipping me at the moment. And it isn't the Fabric script that does it on this one. It's a different one, and I guess I could look. I never did learn how to use that one. I've used the Fabric script many times, set up in apps for it, hooked them up myself, prepared all the pieces, so I'm fairly well versed in that one created by Marhu. But I never have set up any on the other one, and I'd be curious to know, if there was a way... Fruit, if it isn't picked or attended to, will eventually rot like anything else. As I think on it now, might be interesting to, I don't know, see if there was a way to get these apples to rot on the tree, if it reached 100% and it didn't grab them right away. This takes care of that one. And of course, because I made such a awesome, such an awesome orchard, I left myself lots of room to just easily come in here and pick this fruit. For being a game that doesn't have, human pickers in there, which seems like it'd be a whole lot easier to do now, in Farm Sim 25, 22, some of the later versions. For not having that, maybe this is the only way they could do it. Well, it wouldn't be the only way. But forcing the player, to come in here to, quote, pick them into a trailer that's pretty clever. And I know there's mods too. Maybe it doesn't seem right to just throw them bulk into a trailer like this. In real life, unless you were gonna turn them into cider or that kind of thing, you'd probably put them in a box of some kind. Although they could be in a pretty big box, of a lot of the fruits. Apples are pretty hardy, so unlike peaches or that kind of thing, so they can handle a little jostling around. But I know there are some mods where you can load them, and instead of treating it as bulk, it'll now what's that other tree? I wonder which one it's in. I always wonder when things overlap in here. I remember this. It was a kind of a bus. I forget. I think it was a Russian mod. I don't remember what it was called. There's like a narrow band there to pick up this one. But it would do that. When you would pick up fruit or really anything. I think if you were picking up grain, it would put it in sacks. And stack it in there somehow, or maybe on a pallet. I think it was either pallets or boxes, and I thought that was pretty cool too, you know, that I just would handle that as a mod, because I say it looked like a bus. It wasn't really a bus. But anyway, I'm picking it up bulk. And we'll get this in there so it has the night to sell it off. We have a lot of night customers hereabouts in Gelvin Valley who are practical people, and they do their fruit shopping evidently in the middle of the night, or so I'm told. So we gotta make sure we give them plenty of product. Let's see here, did I miss one? Oh, I think it's picking up the next row too. So who knows? All I know is it's a cool mod. I'm glad it works, and I'm glad it's in Harmony too, the fabric script. That way you can have kind of both going on in the same map. And you know, one of these years I need to get over to to Glen Ellie, another map for Farm Sim 15 that I put a pile of time into with modifications, and I went nuts with the fabric script in that map. How many more rows? 2 rows? 2 rows. Or is it 3? No, it's 2. Alright. And oh, I think I missed it. Yeah, we got one more tree before I can turn the corner. Well, hey, I don't even know how much time I've wasted here talking about trees. The last episode when we were together, I started a topic kind of called Almost Accidents. Oops. I almost finished picking the tree. Come on, pick it up. There we go. I probably could show all the triggers, but I don't want to. Just enough to pick it all up in here. Next. So, almost accidents, you know, being those instances where you almost have something terrible happen, or maybe even not something so terrible. I mean, maybe, who knows? Yeah, I hesitate to even give examples. Sure don't mean to belittle anybody that almost has an accident of some kind, but I gave some, you know, that happened on the farm back in the day, some that could have really turned out differently. Maybe I wouldn't even be here, you know, if something bad happened. And, you know, I don't think I'm any more accident prone than anybody else. There's probably, you know, lots of close calls. Oh, I'm full. All right, out we go to dump the trailer in our fruit stand, which is right up here. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, this is probably going to dump it to the side. You know, I really need to fix the particle animation on this. It looks like it's dumping potatoes. Alright, so it has some in there. Don't know if it's full or not, but head back here for another. Oops, I should have gone back the field entrance. And over here, actually, I'll probably just take it up here this way. Anyway, almost accidents. I gave some that were on the farm and some that happened at home, you know, including an almost one with my little sister that really was prevented by my own foolishness and my father being upset with me. But, hey, I'll take that any day if it keeps my little sister from, you know, being hurt. So, yeah, sometimes those things happen, and I believe they happen for a reason. I would call it the providence of God. When he doesn't want it to happen, it won't. If he has a reason for something to happen, then I think it will. Within reason, of course. That's a whole deep topic in its own right. But let's see, can I get back to... There we go. I must be in the trigger. So, here's another one. When I was a kid, at our church, we had a summer camp. Church camp, I think we called it. And we'd spend a few days at a local park. It was called Silver Creek Falls. And it's kind of this awesome area of geography. I should maybe do an episode on it sometime. And it's close by, it's within a half-hour's drive, and it's this area that has, probably a dozen natural waterfalls. You know, it's just, I don't know how to describe the rock or whatever, but there's, like I say, probably a dozen of them, and they range from, I think, almost 200 feet tall to smaller, maybe 50, 60 feet. The volume of water coming over them varies, depending on the time of year, of course. And anyway, it's just a beautiful area. And we had, they had these ranch houses, they called them. I don't know if they really were for cattle ranching back in the day. The one that I was in was pretty old. But it was kind of resembled the shape of a barn, and it had in the center a fire, not a fire pit, but you could have a fire in there, and it would a nice chimney and everything, and it was concrete floor at this time, and in the upper, I guess it had a second floor kind of, or a wind around the edges of the building, and up there were all sorts of cots and things, that we could put our sleeping bags on and all that. I mean, it was an awesome time for kids. And anyway, over by the Silver Creek Falls Park, they had an area kind of where the river came to just before it got to the falls. Actually, quite a ways before it got to the falls. Oh shoot, I gotta leave this here to... And it isn't going to take it all now, is it? Just have 159 left. Shoot. Okay. Well, no biggie. I'll just leave the trailer. And I'm going to head up here, like I said before. And I'm going to go get a stump grinder, because I know some of that needs to be done. But anyway, just before the falls, there was a swimming area. The Park Service or whoever had put a dam kind of on the river up there. It wasn't really a fancy dam. It was one of those you could put these heavy timbers in. Because I remember swimming there as a kid, going next to it, and it had the dam was maybe, I don't know, 6 feet tall, something like that. And it was comprised of these heavy timbers you could put in there, and it's one of those where, depending on the level of the water that you wanted, you would put it in, and it would stop it, and it would gradually fill up, and then it would go. It was kind of a porous dam too, one of those where the water would leak through, but there was enough flow that it would catch some too, and would just kind of keep it there so kids could swim in it and everything. Kind of a cool idea. I've seen it before. Alright, let me get wait, is it forestry in here? First one, dummy. Maybe I could just buy one. It's $5,000. Sure, why not? I'm feeling rich. Okay, I don't have... I think I'm just going to put it on the front. I think I could... Yep, I can get it there. and we will head on down over to our trees and try to do some work. And maybe it wasn't 6 feet. I really don't know how deep it was. I know it had some deeper areas, and I don't think they did anything with the stream itself. It was rocky underneath, as I recall. So when you go out there, it was deeper than it would normally be. Well, I guess part of it, they paved it out there. Was it paved? Or maybe it was... Ah, boy. Ravages of time are quite a thing. There's a lot I just don't remember. Are there? No? Absolutely no stumps. I'm gonna get stuck in here if I keep going. Folks, I am not seeing a single stump. How? Okay, this is really a bug. I mean, I don't know how this happened. I'm not seeing even the ones I thought the episode last time. I'd have to go back and look at them. I'm almost positive we had some stumps in here. Didn't we? Oh, excuse me, car. Crunch, crunch. They're very, very interesting. Well, there's another lot down at the other end. I'm going to be curious if it also spontaneously regrew all the trees. We'll see. This is just kind of bizarre. By all rights, I should have had to replant all that. Anyway, I keep getting distracted from my story. This swimming area. So in summer, what my memories are, there's a lot of people locally who love this place too, and go up there. And on the weekends, even in times of the year when you think nobody else should be there, it's just there's a lot of people. It probably because it's close, and it's just a beautiful place. But especially in the summer, it was wall-to-wall kids. I mean, everybody's off school, and so, it's no surprise. I remember when we went there, there was just scads of people everywhere. We would kind of get an area, and I remember as kids, the people that were watching us would have us do relays and that kind of thing, games in the water. So, like I say, many happy memories. But there's one that stands out of, an almost accident. And there was, I think it was a little girl. She wasn't from our church. She was just, like I say, the wall-to-wall kid. She was just some random person. And I all of a sudden remember hearing some gulping, and I don't know that she was even able to cry for help. And I just remembered someone from our church. He was fully clothed at the time. That's what I remember. And watching him just dive in, he just went running in there and dove toward this little girl and picked her up and took her. Oh, look at this. And all these trees are regrown too. All of them? Alright, we're gonna go. I got my mod in, I think, that says what kind of a tree it is. Or do I have it on? Conduct survey. M. Oh. Alright, is it... Oh! I think there's something... Oh shoot, I'm probably filling up my log now with gobbledygook. And away from my tractor, every one of these has regrown. Has anyone else ever had this happen? I know sometimes when you make modifications to the trees in a map, like if you do more map work and alter the trees, that sometimes you get bizarre things happen. I don't think I've had it happen before, though, where the trees just regrow. So that's kind of, is this just recurring? Let me just put something in here. Okay. Alright, so at least it isn't just going crazy in there. Okay, so let me try this again. Can I... Well, that's disappointing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Good to know I have one. That is kind of disappointing, though, that my survey mod isn't working. But even more disappointing is to buy a stump grinder and all the stumps are gone. Yeesh. Well, now, here's a question. Would it be cheating to y'all if I harvested them again and for money? You can let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not sure what else to do other than that, so... Anyway, I'm having a terrible time getting this story out, but I think you got the gist of it. It would have taken only a few words to share. But suffice it to say, the little girl was rescued. I don't think she had inhaled too much water, because, when the man put her, kind of on her own 2 feet outside of the water, I remember the girl kind of coughing a little bit, and then she just ran off. And I don't know what you're supposed to do, in cases like that, but she just literally ran off. I don't recall seeing, her mother, her father, and I was just a dumb kid at the time. I didn't know, and the man from our church, who had saved her, I don't know that he ever came across a parent or anything. And I've just wondered many, many times since, where is that little girl? Well, now, she'd be a big girl. She'd be all grown up like I would be if she's still living. Maybe she's somebody's mom. Who knows whose life she may have impacted, negative or positive. Just don't know. It's just one of those things where it could have turned out so different. I've heard of other accounts of, little kids drowning, even in a very public place, because nobody noticed. And sometimes, if you get water in your lungs, you're not able to call for help. And just like this little girl, like I say, I don't remember her crying out for help. It was just because I was close. It was some gurgles and gulps and that kind of thing. And then she was rescued. So anyway, just one more example of an almost tragedy that fortunately was averted. So anyway, I'll have to continue with some others that come to mind in the next episode. So hope everybody's doing well, and you have a wonderful day until the next time. Bye-bye.